I znowu zaproszuję Pawła na scenę. Paweł, can you hear us? The floor is yours. We are now discussing GitHub Advanced Security.
Yes, I can hear you. So yeah, we are now discussing GitHub Advanced Security, security first, let's say, but this part will be more about Copilot features on GitHub homepage. So I'm going to show you first the GitHub Copilot, how it works with security on GitHub homepage, and then maybe more features. Let's see how much time we have. Let's start again. We'll start from the small presentation. So yeah, I will talk about Advanced Security, GitHub Advanced Security, how it works with Copilot, how works Copilot Autofix, because there's kind of a very nice feature on GitHub homepage, and there's one checkbox to have it. Something about dependencies, how can make faster updating dependencies and make sure they are safe, and how was code review on your request, how Copilot can help with code review. So what is GitHub Advanced Security? GitHub Advanced Security is this DAG. This is another product that are served on the GitHub homepage. It brings scans to your code. It brings security updates in your code. Generally, it's a tool. It's a set of tools, scanners that makes you create better, safe, more secure software. It provides fixes, it provides scans, it provides also security campaigns, which is a very nice feature here. Another tool working side to side with GitHub Advanced Security is Dependabot. Dependabot is not a part of the GitHub Advanced Security, but it's also important to know that it's some kind of tool. It's a tool that is monitoring your dependencies in the code. So it can detect dependencies that need to be updated. It can create pull requests that will help you to apply changes to dependencies. And it's also using the GitHub Advanced Database, where all security issues are documented from the most common dependencies, frameworks, libraries. So it can work with two types of modes. One mode is just updating dependencies to the newer version. You can set up this, customize it, what kind of updates you would like to have, how often, which version you are interested. So there's a lot of customizations. A second mode is like it's proposing you updates only when it's the current dependency they are using in your software, in your solution, is not safe. So when the security issue is reported to the public, then Dependabot can propose you change and update for this dependency by creating pull request, and which you can just apply this pull request. So yeah, some statistics here. Still injection, SQL injection, code model injection, all types of injections are the most common types of the detected security issue in the code. Someone told me I was doing one small demo about the SQL injection that was possible through the front page of the web application. Someone told me that it shouldn't happen. Yeah, it shouldn't happen at all because it's like this academic problem that is like example for any security issue, but this is still happening. So we need to know that this top 10 vulnerabilities is still happening, and we need to aware of them. So the combination of CodeQL with Copilot enhanced code security by using the results of the code scanning as prompt inputs for Copilot for create code fixes. CodeQL is another product of GitHub. It was invented years ago, and its method is describing how to scan code, how to find in the code vulnerabilities. So CodeQL scans the code base to find the security issues and errors. The results can be used by Copilot to generate potential code fixes, which are presented to developer for review and approval. This integration streamlines the process of defining fixes and weakness in the code, making it faster and more efficient. Copilot Autofix. Copilot Autofix currently works in GitHub with GitHub Advanced Security, and there is a plan to have it working for Dependabot. So with GitHub Advanced Security, it will do it will proposing on the pull request level fixes for the recent scans. For Dependabot, the plan for it is to have this that fixes for the dependency for the not working code after updating dependencies. So when dependencies is updated and code stopped working in CI/CD process, code fix for the Dependabot can fix this kind of problems. For example, method is not after big update from in minor version, code stopped working because some method is not existing anymore. Dependabot autofix for Dependabot can propose fix for that. So autofix works on the pull request level, and also you can find autofix propositions on the security scans results. But generally, the most focus is that it works on the pull request level, and it works like code review. So it is adding comments to your code, to your pull request, and you can resolve problem by just regular code review in your CI/CD process or in your development process. Copilot code review. It provides feedback on code changes, helping developers refine and validate code. They code before merging. So Copilot can review, suggest improvements, and even one-fix fixes where possible. So code review is focusing more over overall quality of code. So from the classic fixes like typos, or can improve some performance in the code, can find repetitions, code consistency, standards in code. So it's general review. It works like first reviewer or your code. So when you're creating, again, it's working on the pull request level, but also in the editor in Visual Studio Code, there's also option to do a code review, and then it works like edit modes. So it's proposing you changes the code. But on the pull request level, it's just adding the comments to your pull request, and it's very quick way to spot the problems, the first level problems, like I said before, typos, other quality or performance problems in the code. So we don't need to wait for pull request review from the other team members, but you can start working on the findings from the Copilot, and then when another team member start reviewing your code, the first iteration will be already done. Okay, so let's share the demo. Let's see the demo. I have here small presentation, some small. So I have here two work repositories. One is generally available for everyone, for you. It's a public repository called WebGold, and it is a insecure web application in general. Is wrote in Java and have demonstration of a lot of security issues and what the worst can happen with application. I'm going to show you here how to enable GitHub Advanced Security, how it is easy. So when you go to the settings on your repository, there is a code security option. And yeah, so you can have this here to enable, for example, Dependabot. Yeah, so this is the thing that I told before. So to enable Dependabot, I'm going to enable it here. So, and also alerts will be enabled. Of course, I want to have alerts. So enabling Dependabot. What I can do here more, I can change the rules. So there's some standard rules that can be managed, but you can add more rules here. You can manage when Dependabot will activate and which version will update. What nice feature here is also to have a group, so have the same one pull request for the same kind of problem. So I just enable security updates for Dependabot. This is enough. And next step will be to enable GitHub Advanced Security. So it's called code scanning. And at the beginning of the April, GitHub divided this into two tools. Before it was GitHub Advanced Security. Now we have code scanning and secret protections. They are separate things. They did this because they want to lower the cost. So because license of the GitHub Advanced Security was quite big, it was $50 per active user in the repository. Now it's divided in two, so we can have code scanning and secret scanning as separate products. So it's easy to maintain this. Secret scanning, just 2 words about that one. Secret scanning is something that can detect secret in your repository. So if someone will say, for example, token in the repository, GitHub will detect it. And more, GitHub can check if this token is valid. So for example, this is the token from the partner, for example, Azure, Entra, Azure portal. You can check it from GitHub level. You can check if this token is active, and you can decide what action will be done after detecting this kind of the security leak. And it can also prevent from the pushing branches, new changes to the remote repository with the secrets. But let's check the code scanning. So I'm going to set up here default settings for code scanning. So it's already detected this type of code that I'm using in my software, in my repository. So JavaScript and Java is there. Default settings, I will not go to details here. It's of course working like a regular workflow, like regular CI/CD pipeline. It's using the GitHub runner, so it's running over the GitHub runner, so you can see what is happening there. And you can set up the scan events. So the most common and popular scan events are when there are some changes in pull request to the main branch and protected branches. So generally on the pull requests, for the protected branches, and on weekly schedule. So you want to do scanning every week just to make sure that everything is fine and good there. So I'm just going to enable this one. And yeah, so we can see that it's working here. It's setting up. I will open set logs in new tab. So Copilot Autofix is switched on by default. And there's a new beta Copilot Autofix for third-party tools. So let's leave it. Let's wait till it ends. So just going to show you that it's regular workflow. So there's two jobs to analyze jobs because it detects two types of languages. So two scans are fired. In progress, you can see what is happening there. So this regular CI/CD pipeline, you can monitor it. You can see it. You can see it on the Actions tab. So let's wait. Already it detected, Dependabot already detected some problems with our code. And as you see, it created pull request for me. Everything is in one pull request. So we can see that there's a critical problems, high problems. So you can have level problem. Let's see the first one, common injection in extreme. So if you go to this alert, you will see that it wants to update version from 1.4.5 to 1.4.21 because you have information. There's a problem, this kind of problem in the packages, and affected versions are lower than this version. So the patched version is this one. So by default is updating to the newest version. You can have the severity ratings here, some other information, but what is important here, you can also see detailed information about this security on the GitHub database on here. So let's open this new tab. So you can have GitHub is using the common weakness enumeration database to get this, to use this as input data, as a as the learning data. So if you go here, you'll see the details, examples, why it's not safe. So all is documented well. To be honest, you don't even go to these pages. You have everything here on the security tab, on the level of the security from database. And of course, you can see this in the GitHub Advisor database. So yeah, this is GitHub Advisor database. It's public available. So this is a reference table. So when these are references where it was reported, it's similar to a GitHub page. Who reported this? Who checked it? And if you go to the main page, you will see that there is 22,000 reviewed security issues, and still 250,000 still waiting to review. It's ongoing process. Let's go back to our scan. So we have this change, and Dependabot is proposing change. So let's review security updates. Let's go to the pull request that it was created. So we can see that we have a pull request here that was created by Dependabot, and generally this is like one file change here. So just update this version. So it's up to us what we want to do this. So this is how Dependabot works here. In the meantime, you can see that code scanning was finished. So you can see in this code scanning tab that there is a lot of security in the code directly. So let's start from the first one. So we have several site requests forgery. So very critical issue. You can see that it is in this line. This is potential server-side request forgery due to the user provide value. So yeah, so this is like not safe. You have again, like with the Dependabot, more informations, recommendations, example here. And what we can do here with Copilot, we can try to generate a fix. So we have here a button to generate fix. So let's ask Copilot to generate fix for that one. So we're creating generate fix. Copilot started working on that one. Let's give it some time. In the meantime, let's check how many security issues was reported in this. So we have 58 security issues. Let's enable secret scanning just to see what will be result here. This is also interesting here. So we have code security, and let's enable secret scanning. I'm just curious. Where are this code scanning, secret protection? I'm going to enable secret protection for this repository. Yeah, let's see. So secret protection have support provided patterns, generic password, push protection, what is nice. So yeah, let's see what will be here. Do we have fix ready? Yeah, we have fix ready. No, not here. It was, yeah, this one. Okay, so we have fix ready. So it created us a proposition to fix it. So this is our problem here, and this is description. This is the funding, and this is the fix that Copilot is proposing. Did I get good one? Let's check again, because I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, this is a good one. So yeah, so this is proposition of the change. This is proposition of the change. Copilot is proposing us to change this to this way. So what we can do here is we can just create commit to a new branch. We can name of the branch automatically. We can add some extra description, but we want to just commit change. And it creating a nice commit, nice request. So we have description, and again after creating pull request, CodeQL is starting to analyze our change. So this is on the pull request level, and in this check, it will be only looking at this one file that we change. So it will validate only this change on the pull request level. So let's wait for the results, scan results. Okay, it will be take few seconds. So let's leave it. Let's do something in the meantime. So this, can we check if security scans are secret scanning? No results. Okay, great. So in this repository we don't have leaked secrets. Let's wait for the scan. In the meantime, I will show you next thing, how it works on the pull request level when you're changing the code. So I have this demo of my repository. We wait for the scan results. In the meantime, we do another check. So I work in the code, and I'm going to edit one of the files. So this is the file, and I'm going to edit this file and add the injection. And I have ready injection here, so it should be that one. So I'm changing this line to that line. So we're removing the input parameter direct into the DB database query. This is my change. Very insecure change, and let's commit the change to a new branch. I will create new branch and new patch. I will show you a funny thing. So I'm creating pull request, and here very nice feature also of Copilot included in the GitHub com page is a pull request summaries. So if you don't like write pull request summaries, or you like to have it good quality, but you don't have idea how to start, there's a nice Copilot icon. You can just click on it and click summary, and Copilot will analyze your changes, and you will get a nice pull request. Now is description, and what you can see fun here, Copilot already find out that our change is not secure. So even on this, so this is regular code review done by Copilot, and it find out this our change is doing we are introducing the security issue here. But let's create a request. We're creating request, and again, like with previous example, we have scan. The scan will start here, and what can I show you? Because I will not wait for the output of the scan, but I will show you. I have another request in this repository already created. Here is the same issue but in another branch. So this is the same, and this is the scan result. So after my change, Copilot autofix from Advanced Security find out that it is not secure, and the scans find out this is not secure, and Copilot of Autofix is proposing me a fix. So this is the change. So we're going back to the previous version, and what we can do here, we can open this in Workspace. Workspace is the editor in the GitHub com page that we can work on it. We can edit the file, or we can just commit changes because we like it. So I like it, and I'm going to commit changes. So without checking out repository locally, we are fixing potential issue in the code. And again, after adding the commit, the scan will be run again. In the commit history, you can see that there are two commits. One might change with the insecure code, and second is the fix with the Copilot autofix of the change. So yeah, so this will work in the background. If you can see, we are going back to this previous, the same issue. So the scan finished, and you see that this is the same result here, and Copilot autofix is kinetic fix for the previous issue. So and it's the same fix like before. So yeah, so this is how Copilot autofix works here. And going back to the issue in the webgoat repository, server-side request forgery, scan is finished. After scanning changes, you can see that there is no more issue. Let's open issue new tab. Let's click ready for review. We can ask Copilot to review it. Like I said before, you can ask Copilot to review our changes, but it's not needed here. It just update the version. So let's merge pull request. Commit, conf merge. And change is merged. And what we can do, we can delete the branch. We can go back to this report from the security. It was, and just refresh it. And we can see on the list that is verified and fixed. So if you go back to security issues, it's not here anymore. It was different one. Yeah, it's fixed here. So this is how advanced security with Copilot autofix works. We can see how we can use Copilot on this page. Another thing that I can show you is that we can use also Copilot with the CI/CD debugging. So if you have if you have pipeline that is failing, you can easily ask Copilot to help to fix it. I will do it here. So I have repository with .NET project, and I will quickly create a build, CI/CD build for it. So new workflow, .NET. So yeah, .NET. We're going to create new CI/CD pipeline. I will call it .NET test. I would like to add new event that will be workflow dispatch. Workflow dispatch that I can run this from the command line. Yeah. Okay. So it's template that should build our project. So let's create, commit the changes to the new branch. Yeah, new branch, propose changes. Again, I'm going to use a Copilot to generate summary for our changes. Yeah, so we have new pipeline and we create request. we can create pull request. We can ask Copilot to review it. So let's request Copilot to review the changes. But let's see what will happen to the build. Build should fail. I already prepared for the one, so let's check the build. So build is running, and it's doing setup.net, and it will fail because we didn't edit the workflow and we didn't specify the solution or project or solution file. So this is the missing part. So what we can do here, we can go back to the summary and click explain error button here in the website. So let's ask Copilot to explain the error. So it just pre-prepared prompt, and as context is using the logs from the build. So as you see, steps to fix, look at the project folder, modify the workflow, and it's proposing me to change the folders to this what I have. This explanation, next steps. So okay, I'm going to copy the changes, go back to my pull request. It was that one. It was blimbed, so I'm going to the code file directly. I will change the repository here. I will show you a nice trick here. If you change the com extension from the URL to dev, you will see nice editor. If you want to edit multiple files at once, you can just change the com to dev, and you will see nice visual editor. Yeah, I'm finishing my part. It's like just copying and paste the changes and committed push to my patch. Just name it test. And I'm done here. Okay. I can just check that my build is restarting. And Copilot did a review of my code, but with no comments. So we can see in just a few seconds that build is not failing anymore. So restoring dependencies, and it should build should be ready. So you see dependencies were restored, build is working. There's error with the test. Yeah, it's that is, but the build is working. So I should now investigate why the next step is not working, because before it was not failing. Here it's this start. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pavel. I know you can talk about GitHub for ages, but in the interest of time, we also have a few questions for the panel discussion to the end. But can you please pick? There were no new questions for this part, but can you please pick the question you liked most from the first part? The person who will get the prize. So there was a question about UI design made in Figma or similar tools. There was a question if you see Copilot as a reliable tool for onboarding junior developers. How do you balance between Copilot generated code and ensuring code quality? About multi-language texts. Or what was the complex task that was done with Copilot in the latest projects?
So, for my opinion, so my most interesting, not most of the question is like asking about how to help with junior developers with onboarding. I think this is like one of the things that it's speeding up the development process, because if we can offload senior developers that are bothered by junior by some simple question. For example, where is this project, how to run it, how to debug it, how to add new class, how to add new controller. So basic questions. So the senior developers will focus on their job. Junior developers can learn the project, learn the workspace, learn the documentation easy, and start working on the project faster, because they even don't need to wait for the answer from other person. They just ask Copilot. So I think this one is companies should start trying this way, this approach.
Thank you, Pawel. Thank you, Vitaly. Congratulations. Please reach out to hello@cloud-builders.org to get your prize.